Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. It's Captain Paul here today with another video, and this one's on activity books. Now the old beard's coming on, the old salty sea dog beard's coming on, and it's a beautiful day outside. It's so peaceful, serene. You can hear the birds and the ducks on the water. And doesn't it seem a lot more peaceful since lockdown was implemented? Apparently, air pollution has gone down significantly. So there are some benefits. So today we're going to be looking at the activity book niche again. But this time we're going to be exploring all the different sub-niches within the overall activity book niche. Now my name's Paul Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. And if you like videos like that, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and also smash that bell to receive notifications when I produce the next videos like this. And also, if you do like it, give it a thumbs up, very much appreciated. And also any questions you have, leave in the comments below. I'll always try and answer every question. So today we're going to be looking at activity books again. Now if you'd watched some of my recent videos, and I suggest you do because they're quite informative, you'll know that I've become particularly excited by the activity book niche, particularly during lockdown. It appears that adults are not only buying them for themselves but also buying them for their kids, and it's not surprising if they're all locked down in the same house, kids driving their parents mad. And also a lot of them are useful in terms of continuing kids' education. So I'm going to look at, in this video, the different sub-niches within the activity books and how you can sub-niche those even further down so that you can find areas that are less competitive, so markets that you can enter and have more chance of ranking your books on Amazon and making money. So let's get to it. Let's have a look. Now I've done this mind map, which is quite colourful and also helps me organise my thoughts and make sure I give all the right information out to you. Now I've tried to look at all the different areas of activity books that I could think of. I've done a bit of brainstorming, had some advice from others, and this is what I found. Now, one of the most common things when people think of activity books is colouring books, and this is a huge niche indeed. And if we go over to Amazon, we can see if I put in colouring books, over 70,000 results. We get good bestsellers ranks, and they are very popular indeed and a very competitive market to get into. So you would probably, if looking at this, you would want to niche down quite a bit in order to get your books ranked, and I'll tell you how to do that later on in the video. When researching this, I also found that colour by numbers was an area that looked very interesting. Now these are basically, let's have a look at this. This is a Create Space one with a bestsellers rank of 1052, which gets me extremely excited with sales. That would be selling very well indeed, and you could make a decent income per month just off this one book alone. So here we are. So Sea Life colour by numbers, and you can see that these are basically pictures to colour in. Oh, can't see the inside here, but we can see on the cover. These are basically pictures to colour in, and all the numbers represent a colour. And down below the picture, you have a little guide. 1 equals light blue, 2 equals blue, etc. So you could quite easily produce these, get a picture, draw lines over them, wavy lines, subdivide the elements into different numbers, print these in black and white in the pages. You don't need to use any colour, with a guide down below for, well in this case 7 colours, could be half a dozen, could just be a few depending on the picture. So that looks quite a promising sub-niche within the colouring book market. Now look at that, colour by numbers gets over 100,000 results, so you really are going to have to dig further into this to find those profitable areas. But that looks good and relatively easy to do. Then we've got the puzzle book niche, which is a Again, a large niche, and this includes Sudoku, word search, crosswords, mazes, search and find, and dot to dots. I'll leave a link above where I look in depth at the dot to dot niche, again, which is very promising. Now again, these are very competitive areas. You need to sub-niche down. They can be produced in collections or just books on their own, like a book of crosswords, a book of word searches, all combined into activity books. Then we've got drawing books. And again, I went over to Amazon. Let's have a look at drawing books. And these can be books where you get where you get the basic shapes, i.e. drawings are built up by kids copying these basic shapes, such as these, where they can draw circles and lines, and eventually, as they just add on bits to the overall basic shapes, they come out with a picture. Or the other type of drawing book, which would be interesting to focus down a little bit in this area, would be the type where you have a grid. I'll just scroll down, there's one down here, where you have a grid. So you can see here on the cover of the book, there's basically a simple lined drawing with a grid over it, and then on the opposite page you would have that same grid with the same lettering and numbers, and children can copy those lines within the grid and build up a picture. There you go, you can see how that works here. So you've got your grid, you've got your line drawing, and they can copy it on the other page. So this again would be a very simple book interior to produce. And the bestsellers rank of this particular one is 811. Wow, I love that. And then we've got sketchbooks. Now this was, I've been aware of sketchbooks, but Paddy from Stacking Profits wrote in one of the comments advising that this is a profitable niche. So go along to Stacking Profits, search him on YouTube and subscribe to his channel. Lots of great, useful information there. And again, if we look at sketchbooks, this is a big area, 10,000 results. You're going to have to niche down. So put something like sketchbook for kids. Again, we're still on 10,000 results, but now we're getting down to the sort of books that are very easy to produce. And if I look inside one, you will see that the interiors are very basic. In fact, each page of this just consists of one line. And the reason for that is that Amazon don't like you just to have blank pages with nothing on. KDP will reject your book if that's the case. So often you'll find people either put a number on each page or just a shape, a border maybe on each page in which adults or kids can sketch in the middle of. And then we've got blank comic books. Again, another interesting niche, very popular. Just refresh that, see if we can get some bestsellers ranks coming up. And these are good sellers. Here's one, 4,483. That's a sponsored one, so they're doing ads. These early ones are sponsored, but here we have one, 465. That's brilliant. Another one here, 3,960. Very good. 834. So you can see blank comic books are a good one. Relatively simple to create the interiors for these. If you are a subscriber to Tangent Templates, you'll know that they do have a blank comic book interior template. Not sure about Book Bolt. I don't use that. Heard a lot of good reports about it. I suspect they probably have a comic book interior as well. And then we come on to an area, again, which I love, which is the educational activity books. And again, these have become very popular of late as kids are spending more time at home. And we've got word trace books, number trace books, handwriting practice books, calligraphy books, story journals. Now I've got a few story journals that I uploaded earlier last year, never sold many at all. Now one of them is selling between 5 and 7 a day at the moment, which is amazing. I didn't do anything, it just started to sell a few here and there, and it gradually increased. And the other one is languages, and these are handwriting books where people can practice handwriting. Things like Chinese, Japanese and Korean are quite popular in that area. So I did have a look at some word trace books. Again, very simple interiors. These are just lined interiors, so 2 thick lines, and in between they've got a dotted line, and you could put words on there that kids can trace, or letters that they can trace and copy. And again, look at the bestsellers ranks. This one's number 2. That must be selling an absolute load. They must be making a fortune off that one book alone. If we put in word trace, search results of 2,000, which is not too bad compared to the others that we've looked at. Again, you would have to just niche about down a bit, find some keywords. So you could put in word trace, see what keywords came up, if any. So you could put in 3 words for kids. Does anything come up in particular? Kids word trace. You'd have to do some more research and find out sort of less competitive areas. Or if you were doing Amazon ads, you could attack this niche with sort of 2,000 search results and try and get your book ranked that way. But again, I like that. Number trace is the same, very popular. Again, kids can just copy the numbers, trace the numbers, as you can see here. Great bestsellers ranks. Again, for that, there's slightly more search results of 3,000. And we've got handwriting practice. This came up in the word trace. We've got handwriting practice books. Bestsellers ranks 1,376, 295. Guys, get into this. Start doing some research in these particular niches and seeing where the sub niches are. Again, if I put in handwriting, what comes up? Okay, handwriting paper kindergarten, handwriting notebook for kids, handwriting books for kids. You've got lots of different keywords here. These ones on the right hand side come from the AMZ what's it called? AMZ keyword, no, not unicorn, where is it? Is that one? AMZ suggestion expander. So you can get those extra keywords and do searches on them. You've got lots here to choose from. So you've got the activity books there, and it's useful to niche down in these areas. Now you could do a compendium. I like that word. I remember as a kid you'd get a compendium of puzzles, which basically means a collection of puzzles, these sort of collection of puzzle books. So you could have puzzle books for kids with crosswords in, word search, mazes, simple Sudoku puzzles. And then you could further niche that down to be a collection of puzzles for kids interested in things like dinosaurs, mermaids, vehicles, and that's a theme. So you could do a collection and a theme. So you're narrowing down to less competitive areas. Then you could niche down to kids, different age ranges, preschool, kindergarten, teens. Then you've got adults, young adults, elderly people also enjoy puzzle books, crosswords, word search, especially in large print. So you could do an adult puzzle book in large print. And then this is an interesting one I quite like, and that's the therapy books, the therapy activity books, in particular colouring books and puzzle books. Again, if you watch the video above on dot to dots, you'll see that dot to dot puzzle books are very popular as therapy books. Word search is also there in the therapy niche, and I'm sure there's many others. And also you could niche down in terms of difficulty, so you could do massive dot to dot books, you know, with each puzzle has got 1,000 dots, or really intricate colouring books. And again, if you do your keyword research, you'll find that extreme is a keyword that is used. So things like extreme colouring books, that type of thing. So I'll just reduce the size of this mind map that I produced so you can get it all on the page. Just reduce that a bit more. So what you can do is take a look at that, pause the video, expand it on the screen, so do a full screen, pause the video, take a screenshot and either keep it on your computer or print it out, stick it on the wall, and this will give you a full rundown of the activity books and the different areas to look at. Now there may be more that I've missed. If there are some that you can think of or some that you're doing that seems to be working, let us know in the comments below. I'm liking all the input from the comments. There's a good little community going on here. So that's it for now. Remember, hit that subscribe button, smash the bell and give it a thumbs up if you like it. And we'll be exploring more of these niche areas in further videos. And that's it for now. Thank you very much and goodbye.